Hey, it's going everyone, it's Kevin from Balls to You, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to show people how I feed my snakes. Now, when you've got a big collection, I always advise you either split your collection or feeding days up over either 2 or 3 days, depending on obviously your schedule. I'm a big believer in, at the end of the day, if I feed, let's say, 50 snakes, if 5% of those 50 snakes don't eat, then obviously I've got another 50 snakes I'm going to feed tomorrow, where I can offer them the prey that has got refused. Obviously here in the UK we feed predominantly frozen thawed, so a lot of people in the UK or even in the States may struggle with feeding frozen thawed to your animals. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Extra long tweezers and a hook. The reason why we use these is simply because when they know it's feeding time, they can get quite aggressive. So these instruments or these weapons of choice really do work. So obviously we're going to get our rodent, and what I've got here is a jug of boiling hot water. I hold the head of the rodent in the hot water for a few seconds, wipe off the excess, open the top. There's a big pied girl in here. There you go. Frozen thawed, and then all we'll do, we'll just keep going through the rack of the females with the prey items of choice. I've got a mixture here of ex-breeder African soft-furred rats and small rats. This year I'm going to try something a little bit different and vary the diet a little bit. So this girl's been off food. That's the reason why we use tools. If I'd have had my hand there, she certainly would have got my hand for sure. So, not that I don't mind being bit. Last thing you want to be done is bit and constricted by a ball python. Not that it's going to hurt as much as like a reticulated python or an anaconda or a Burmese. It still will hurt nonetheless. They also like to ambush you, so you need to be careful. Locked straight on due to the heat source of the head and away they go. What I'll do, I will do predominantly my females twice a week or once every 5 days. You want it, sweetheart? You want it? No. Okay, that's Pastel Clown Girl. She's been locking with a lesser clown male. She's not on food, so that is a good sign. And with doing it this way, the smell, believe it or not, even though you can't really smell it that much, does stay in the room. So with that in mind, the rest of the other animals that you're about to feed shortly will smell it and will be awake and ready for it. So it will help and get the process going, get their taste buds going. Another clown girl. Good girl. this technique is really good as well if you've got some animals like spiders or hidden gene womas or womas or super spot noses that may have a little bit of a head wobble, because they can actually hone in very well on the head. Unless they're too excited and they just keep missing. So the other thing I do as well is when I'm feeding, I will feed certain animals in a priority order. So another way I do things is, if let's say there's a female and she's building, I will offer her the best prey, or the biggest prey should I say, because she's building and I want her to get some good weight on her. I mean, when you see people feeding frozen thawed by hand and they're just waving the frozen rats in, that's fine. To me, I don't think you should do it, because they're seeing your hand, they're seeing it related to a prey item, and again, as we discussed in one of the other videos, we always want to have positive encounters, and sometimes showing them your hand and the prey, they may correspond the two together. So in this rack behind me, there's 20 big females. A rack this size with 20 big females, feeding them like this will probably take me around about 5 to 10 minutes. And when you do it like this, they do tend to have so much more voracious appetite. What I tend to find is some females will take rats or African soft furred rats during the breeding season, and pretty much when they're breeding and they be going onto the building cycle, pretty much they don't care. They're just chow hounds. They will eat anything. As you can see, no particular problem. Okay, she's not feeding, which is good. She has been breeding. One of the other things I don't do is when I'm about to feed on that particular day, I try not to mess with the animals too much. I don't really want to disturb them. Tonight, all I've really done is done all their waters. Okay, good girl. reason why I'm turning these identity cards round is because I know that the ones that are turned round are the ones that had a rat. The others had African soft-furred rats. So there's a banana, double het, 4-pied and hypo, female, she's breeding. So here's a prime example. This female is turning down an African soft-furred rat. However, she's quite active. She's looking for something. And what she's looking for isn't food. She's looking for a male. So in there, sweetheart. She's got some good size on her, good girth. I can see she's building. So she will be bred in the next week or two. Nuclear female, boom. So that girl there that's looking for something other than food is actually an emperor pin. She's absolutely awesome. Here we have another banana female down here. She's a banana, well, she's actually a pastel banana het clown female. So fingers crossed we can get her breeding this season. Okay everyone, hope you enjoyed this little bit of an insight on how I do things, how I do my feeding. Like I said, that's just a small part of it. So by breaking your collection down into one day you do breeder females, one day you do adult males, the next day you do hatchlings and grow-ups. If you have anything left over, it's not going to go to waste because you can offer it one of the other animals which are due to eat the next day. So there's another little tip, okay guys? So if you're struggling to feed frozen thawed, this tip or this way I suggest. It does work fantastic and I have no problems, other than, as you saw behind me, one of the females, or a few of the females over here at the back, are looking for males and are not interested in food. Even though they can smell the food, they're just not interested. They want a male. So that's what they're telling me. So in the next few weeks, that's what they're going to get. Okay everyone, hope you're all okay. Take care and I'll speak to you guys soon.